Hey there, passive trader. Have you ever thought about what it would be like to be a billionaire? Or even if you could become a billionaire? I know, it's pretty far-fetched. But today I want to talk about my plan to become a billionaire. And you'll see that it's pretty easy and something that's pretty replicatable by just about anybody. All right. So a few days ago, I was thinking about it. I was like, yeah, man, it'd be really cool if, would it be possible if I could become a billionaire? Most of the billionaires out there that we know of, the Forbes 500 or whatever, Fortune 100, whatever the different lists that they're on, but the world's richest people are billionaires because they have taken a company public. So if you take a look at Elon Musk or Warren Buffett or Mark Zuckerberg, they don't have money. They don't have the $1 billion sitting around. It's the stock that they own of the company that they started that they took public. That's worth billions of dollars. And so they're worth billions of dollars because that stock is worth billions of dollars. Now, if their company goes out of business, they're not a billionaire anymore. So I don't know, you could argue if they're actually worth billions or not, right? And in fact, these type of people, they don't like to sell their stock. So it's very difficult for them to actually get the money out of the company and out of the stock because, for example, let's say Warren Buffett starts selling his shares. Let's say he wants $1 billion to, buy the moon or something. I don't know, right? But he needs the money and he starts selling his shares. Well, people are going to notice. He has to disclose it because he's a public company and he's the CEO. So people are going to know and they're going to be like, why is Warren selling shares? Oh my God, something's going on. And everybody's going to start selling their shares and the stock is going to tank. Same thing happened with Elon Musk. This is a real life example. When he wanted to buy Twitter, he had to sell his Tesla shares, some of them, because he didn't have the money sitting around to pay for the Twitter shares. So he had to sell enough Tesla shares to not only pay the taxes on everything that he's selling and the gains that he's making, but then also pay for the other shares for Twitter. And so the stock price of Tesla when he started selling was at around like about $285, close to $300. And when it was done, it was at about $100, 101. So his stock price dropped from 300 to 100. And that's why it's not a good idea for these guys to be selling their shares. Now, that's not the type of billionaire that I'm talking about. I don't want to be a stock market going public type billionaire. I want to be the guy that actually has the $1 billion in assets, something that I could sell pretty easily and have that money converted into $1 billion. So how do we do that? Well, there are 3 things that you need to become a billionaire. Number 1, you need to have an investment vehicle, something to put the money in that's going to give you a good return. Number 2, you need to have time because it's going to compound and grow. And then number 3, you have to have some money to start with. The more, the better. Right? The more time, the better. The more money you have to start with, the better. And the better the return that you get on your investment, the better. The reason I was thinking about this is because if you've seen my other episodes and stuff, you might know that I'm starting a hedge fund and it's getting ready to launch pretty soon. And I am putting in about $700,000 of my own capital into this fund, at least in the beginning. And I plan on leaving it all in there. I leave it, I don't want to take it out. I'm just going to leave it in there and let it grow and grow and grow. And so I was like, I wonder how much it could grow to. That's my starting capital. That's the money I have. I have, of course, other funds, but we're only talking about this. And so I was thinking, I'm like, okay, how much money can I make? And really the goal for the fund is to make about 20% per year. Now, the strategies that we talk about, we can make a lot more than 20% a year, but I want to be conservative, and even 20% a year is, most people would say that's not conservative. That's very aggressive, but because of the strategies we're using and the money we've made and the percentages we've made in the past, I'm pretty confident that we can make 20% a year minimum. So I don't want to shoot for the moon. I want to say, okay, if that's what I can make reliably, predictably, year after year, that's the number I'm going to go with. Let's a little conservative on this. So let's say that I'm going to make 20%. So these are the top 2 things I already have, right? I have my starting capital and I have my return on investment. Now we need time. So how much time am I going to put into this? Well, the reason I was thinking about this is because I had been to an event that was about regenerative medicine. And really the basic of it is that with all the new technologies and the new treatments that are coming online, people are going to be able to live longer and longer than they ever had before. Right now in the US, the age range or the lifespan for the average man is somewhere somewhere in the 80s. In the next few years, it's probably going to grow and continue to grow. So I was thinking, I'm probably going to live, or my plan is to live to 120 and still be healthy. I want to be a healthy 120. I don't want to be an old and decrepit 120. But if I can stay healthy, then yes, I would love to live to 120. So that is my goal. And currently I am 46 years old. So if you do the math, 120 minus 46 is 74 years. So I have 74 years left of life. I haven't even hit my midlife crisis yet, but I haven't hit midlife yet. I did have the crisis already. So hopefully I don't get another one. But I have 74 years left. Now all we got to do is the math. So I'm over here at this website, which is investor.gov. Okay. Now investor.gov is a government website run by the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission. And I'm going to put my numbers into the website and see what we come up with. Initial investment is $700,000. Monthly contribution, I'm going to do 0. And if you want to use this investor.gov, and this is the compound interest calculator. All right. Length in time in years. So let's do 74. Estimated interest rate, I'm going to put 20 because that's what we're going to make every year. Interest rate variance, I'm going to put 0 because we'll just make it. And then compound frequency is annually. So we're going to do 20% a year. So if I put in $700,000 into my fund and I leave it there for 74 years and I make 20% a year. Now, obviously, when I'm 100 years old, 120 years old, I'm probably not going to be running a hedge fund. I don't know if the hedge fund is going to be around for that long. If it is, it'll be, maybe my kids, grandkids, great-grandkids running it, or we'll find a succession plan and somebody else will take over, hopefully, and learn from us and they'll continue it, or have to find some other type of investment. But this is just for fun to figure this out. Now, those are our numbers. Now I'm going to hit calculate and you're going to see if I can actually get close to being a billionaire. So go ahead, hit calculate, and the results are in. It says here, in 74 years, I will have, that's a lot of numbers. Okay, those are the hundreds, those are the thousands, those are the millions, and these are the billions over here. So this is telling me that in 74 years, I will have $506 billion. That's $500 billion. And this is real spendable money that I can take out and spend it, not because I took a company public and the money is stuck in there. $506 billion in 74 years. That's crazy, because if the health people are right, the doctors are right, and I can actually live to 120 and I can actually make 20%, which I think we can, that's insane. I don't know if I'm going to be the richest man in the world at that point, but $506 billion, who knows what's going to happen in 74 years, but that's a ton of money. Oh my God. Okay. What if we make it a little bit, a little bit less? So how long would it take me to get to $1 billion? So if we look at this, it's saying here that the numbers are showing in 40 years. 40 years from now, I will be worth over $1 billion. So I'm 46, so that's 86. 86 years old, if I make 20% a year and I don't add any more money, I start with the 700 and I just leave it there, make 20% a year, I can be worth $1 billion in 40 years in age 86, which even in today's time frame is doable. I can probably live to 86. My father's still alive. He's 80. So 86, even in today's health standards, it's doable. Becoming a billionaire is not that difficult. I mean, the numbers are just there. The numbers are mind-blowing, astronomical. Will we make 20% every year? Probably not. Some years will be more. Some years will be less. Some years will lose money. But if you can average the 20, then you can do it. Now, obviously, everybody doesn't have $700,000. Some of you actually have more. Right? Some of you have less, some of you have more, but not everybody's goal is to be worth $1 billion. So you don't need to start off with a massive nest egg. The real thing is you need to start with something and you compound it and let it grow. And the $1 billion was just, a crazy thought. I don't think I'm ever going to be spending $1 billion in my lifetime. And whatever I can make on that, if I take it out or put it in like the interest on that's crazy. Nobody can spend that much money. At least I know I can't. So even if you were, let's say you only had 5 million, right? That's all you had, $5 million, and you made 20% a year, that's $1 million. I don't think I can spend $1 million. Now, obviously, you got taxes and all that stuff too, but even if taxes are 50%, you got $500,000 a year to live off. More most people would be okay on $500,000 a year. So you only need $5 million to live like a billionaire. So maybe your goal is not to have the $1 billion, but you just want to live like a billionaire. I mean, yes, you could have multiple houses. You could have a yacht. You could have horses. You could have a Lambo and a Ferrari. And you could buy whatever clothes you want and fly private. All of these things nowadays can be rented. You don't have to buy them. You don't have to pay full price for them. You can rent them or take a loan on them and you make the payments. And $500,000 a year would let you live like a billionaire. And you only need what? $5 million in investments, earning 20% a year. And with passive trading, yes, you can make 20% a year. We have people doing much, much better than that. It's definitely doable. It's definitely in the realm of possibility, even though it doesn't seem like it. $1 billion does not seem like the realm of possibility, but it could be in my cards. It's possible. So anything is possible. It depends on the vehicle that you're using to get you to your financial goals. And that's it. So you find the vehicle that works for you. It can take you there. You just put in the time, let it run. A lot of people, they take the money out. You know, if it makes a little bit or they get scared or the market drops, they take the money out and they're, oh no, I can't. But you got to leave it in there. Keep it, let it keep growing. Pretend like you don't even have it. And you just do your thing, live your life. There'll be ups and downs, and that's life. Economics, ups and downs, health up and down, family up and down, all kinds of stuff, job up and down. But you just let the money sit there, do its thing, let it grow and grow and grow. And then eventually you'll have so much you won't know what to do with it. So that's the goal for me, for you. That's what I want for you. That's my goal for myself. And so that's it. It's my plan to be $1 billion or a billionaire. And remember, it's very simple, right? The plan to be $1 billion. If you want to be a billionaire, what do you need? You need three things. You need a starting capital, you need time, and you need an investment vehicle that's going to give you a good, reliable, steady rate of return. The higher the better starting capital, the better, the more time, the better. And if you have all three of those, you can get to $1 million, you can get to 10 million, 100 million, $1 billion. Or more, $500 billion if you live long enough. Okay, so there you go, folks. That's it for me today. Just a reminder to trade with the odds in your favor. Make sure you subscribe. We love to hear from you. Leave comments if you can. We always love to hear from our listeners and our watchers and our viewers and our readers and all of our friends. Keep trading. Trade with the odds in your favor, and we'll see you next time.